here's a video review for a Voyager I was not expecting to get for a while. It is Age of Extinction Hound. Now, he was available on Hasbro Toy Shop with one-day shipping on Cybertron Monday. And on Toy-Filled Tuesday, he showed up. Now, apparently he's sold out for now, and he won't ship now until the end of the month if you order him from Hasbro Toy Shop. But he was available shortly, and nabbed him. I don't know if he'll be in retail stores this weekend or not. It really depends on how fast they get those things out. But some retailers had them in stock, because I didn't see them on Amazon, I don't think. But Hasbro Toy Shop had them. Hooray. And in the box, obviously, you get Hound himself. And you also get, in the box, the entire left side of the box, as you're looking at the front of it, is all of Hound's guns and weapons and knives and stabby things. And just, it's a lot. So in vehicle mode, and like I said when I was talking about Galvatron, unlike Galvatron and some of the other robots, in vehicle mode he actually has places for all of his weapons. These small pistols tab in right here on these slots. The big thicker, kind of flamethrower-y type weapons. These shotgun here, sawed-off shotguns, fold up. The handle folds up, and they peg in these little square pegs on the sides here. Peg on, you see these little square slots. Peg on to the side of his vehicle mode. And then the knife actually pegs in to either one of these holes underneath the vehicle. Now these actually store inside the vehicle, and I'll show you where those go in robot mode, because they stay in their same robot mode holsters in vehicle mode. And let me find that one that just went flying all over the place. Okay, it's right here. Alright, so those go inside the vehicle mode. And then this gun, it comes like this. And you'll see there's a couple little stress marks already on this that I will fix later. Hairdryer should take them right out. So this gun, you pull the handle down, this whole lower barrel, fold this up, and then this folds up flat to form like a vertical 3-barreled cannon. And then these two pegs right here and this peg right here, let this peg onto the side of the vehicle mode over here. Just like that. And there he is, all armored up in vehicle mode. And it's really pretty cool. Like I said, these two guns do store inside the vehicle mode. I'll show you where those go when we get to robot mode. Now, he rolls pretty well, as long as it's Sunday through Friday. Saturday he takes off, and Bumblebee's always in charge of scheduling and always puts him on patrol on Saturdays. And Hound gets all pissed off because he told that scout a freaking 1,000 times that he don't roll on Shabbos. But other than that, he rolls just fine here in vehicle mode. Shomer Shabbos. So, yeah. So transform him, it's really easy. You want to pull all the weapons off. The two that stay in there, but everything else you pop off the sides of the vehicle mode. And there he is. One of the things I like, too, is here in vehicle mode, even though you don't see him in robot mode, he's got a little smokestack over here. He's got a spare tire tucked away behind the cab. Just some really neat stuff going on. I don't know why he's got like a solid piece of gray plastic straight through his... Oh, I know exactly. That's just support for where something snaps on up here. I would say because it's weird to have that solid piece behind the clear plastic. But all in all, pretty neat. So, start off right down here, you flip out his head. And it's going to come up over the cab like that. Hello. And then you split the legs down, or the whole back half down here. This flips up, and this flips up, and this little square tab pegs in right there in front of the head. And you see his chest starting to come together. Now the wheels, once you flip his head up, the wheels fold in like this to fill in his back. Make sure that's focused. All right. Boop-a-doo. And then down here, you split the legs off down here, and take the arms, flip them all the way up, and this is what I was talking about. This is why the support piece goes all the way through, because this clip is going to clip on to the rearview mirror here, and you can hear it snap into place. There, just like that. And then down here on the feet, you roll the feet flat, and then at his waist, you pull him down and forward. Frees up his waist swivel and brings his waist forward to its proper position. And then up here on top, it's just a matter of folding his arms down. I'm going to unpeg this panel here from this panel on the shoulder, rotate the arm down, and rotate that whole thing forward, and then just bring this up. He does have this panel on his hand, which is a little unfortunate, but all in all, it's not too constrictive. Again, pop that off. Arm down. Stuff. Now his forearm, his head, you can see his beard is kind of, his whole head is actually a soft rubber, which allows his head to turn and his beard to lift up a little bit so he can turn his head, which is kind of a nice feature. His forearms are also this soft rubber because the ammo belts are actually a soft rubber over, you can see a solid core piece underneath, and that forms a solid part of his arm. It does not rotate. There is a wrist swivel, and thanks to the soft rubber arms, you can actually get a pretty decent amount of rotation out of it, where it will stay. You can actually rotate his wrist pretty well in that mode around the solid core piece. So like I said, they looked really weird at first, and they still look a little off just having ammo belts for forearms. And I'd love it if, like, as he shot his guns in the movie, like, his arms got shorter. But yeah, so he's got ammo belt forearms, so they don't look quite as off in person. So his guns, before we get into, so we go ahead and transform this back into its larger rifle mode. Just fold that down, and then push it up, and then flip this piece back. Before we show all the ports and various places that they store, one of the other neat things about his guns is with the shotgun handles still folded up, you can take them, attach them to the sides of the large gun, and then these small pistols, the plug on the back plugs right into the center of the shotgun here. And then these two guns right here plug into each other, and then plug into the two holes on the bottom of the gun. Keep this on. And then the bayonet plugs in like a bayonet down here on the front. And so all of his weapons combine into one giant, I'm going to blow you away weapon, which is pretty cool, and he can hold in his hand. He can hold any of the weapons individually, of course, as well. So you can give him this giant, excuse me, weapon, which is really cool. It's a little heavy for his arm, although that may be, quality may vary figure to figure. And you can certainly tighten that shoulder joint up if you want him to. But it looks pretty impressive with him holding this giant gun made up of all of his guns. And again, like I said, you can flip out the handles on the shotgun just like that, and he can hold them individually. He can hold any of the small pistols individually. He can hold his knife individually. However you want to do it, any combination of weapons he can hold. Plus, when he's not holding him, if you just want to have him walking around. So these small pistols that I said store in vehicle mode, where they store in vehicle mode is where they store in robot mode, and that's right down here in like some ankle holsters. You just slide them in there. There's a little tab and a slot on the gun that go together. You can see there's a little tab here in the green that pegs into the gun there. So you kind of got to slide it in and then rotate it over that peg. Just slide it in and then kind of rotate it up onto that peg. So he's got two ankle guns, and then the two larger pistols down here plug into those same type of tabs they plugged into in vehicle mode. You just peg them on here to his waist, or his hips, I guess, his thighs. Let's see if we can get that lightened up a little bit. No, maybe not. So then his knife pegs right in here onto his chest. He's got a little chest holder for that. The shotguns, you fold them up, and then you peg them right here. So he's got some of those armpit holsters. Peg it on right there. And then the big gun can plug into either hole on either side of his back and sling across his back. So you've got just a one-man walking armory here in Hound, which I love. I love his military vehicle alt mode. He's a way better figure than I was expecting. I bought him mostly because I wanted a John Goodman action figure, and what I got was a whole lot of fun in robot mode. I'm really looking forward to seeing him in the movie. And with all these weapons, like, it's way too many weapons for him. I kind of wanted him to be the Autobots' armory. Like, I want him running in with his giant gun and maybe blowing somebody with a shotgun or stabbing somebody with his knife. And then when Bumblebee runs out of ammo, I want him to reach down to his hip and throw a pistol over to Bumblebee and throw a shotgun over to Crosshairs and like whip a couple pistols out and throw them to Optimus. Like, I want him to be that guy in the movie. Just like, oh, you're out of ammo? Here's another one. Because he's really well designed and I really, really dig him. Let's see if I can get a little close-up here on his face, just to give you an idea of what he looks like in robot mode with the beard and everything. But he's really well done. I really like the robot mode, and he's not nearly as shell-formery as I was expecting him to be, just based on the plates on his hands. And the plates on his hands kind of work. You know, they look like they could be metal plates, you know, on the back of his hand as armor. Size comparison-wise, here he is with his other gun-heavy comrade, Crosshairs. Here he is with Evasion Optimus. Again, a little shorter, but they look good together. I like it. With another line Voyager. There he is with Springer, just for comparison. A little shorter, but a little bulkier, just in all dimensions. And of course, no review of Hound would be complete without giving him a quick look of him with his clearly inspirational counterpart, Bulkhead. So there's Voyager Bulkhead with Autobot Hound. Big green bruisers. So yeah, this one, like I said, this one came as a little bit of a surprise to me. I figured I was going to like him. I wasn't expecting him to like him quite as much as I do. He's a really solid figure, and I think I'm trying to decide if he actually surpasses Evasion Mode Optimus for me. He's definitely, like, right now, he's definitely sitting right behind Evasion Mode Optimus as, like, my second favorite figure from the Age of Extinction line so far. He's a lot of fun, and, like I said, Galvatron's a good, solid figure. I don't know how much you need to have Galvatron on your shelf. He's fun, but, again, he just feels generic for Galvatron. Hound, even though he doesn't look like the traditional Hound we've all come to know and love, he's that right color green, and he's awesome. He's just a great little figure and a lot of fun. And this one I do highly recommend picking up if you get the chance. There it is, Autobot Hound from Age of Extinction.